What's up guys, it's Nick here, and today we're going to be going over something that a lot of people have asked for. And that is movement tutorial in Gears. Now Gears is a very hard game to get into, and I understand that. I've been playing the game for the better half of probably 13 years. So I put a lot of fucking time into this game, and just Gears 3 alone, I think I put about, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10,000 hours on that game alone. So of course this is a game that I've gotten very much used to. Now I did switch to PC recently, so well, not recently, maybe like 2 years ago. So it is something that I'm getting used to because I'm not playing a controller anymore like I used to. But this guide will be for anybody, no matter what you're playing on. And it's gonna be more of what to do in game rather than what buttons to press. So anyways guys, let's get started. Now Gears works with a movement based cover system, which means that you can grab onto any piece of cover that you see. That's why all the cover you see is like about waist height, because you're supposed to use it as cover. Now what people don't realize is that whenever you press a button, whatever button you have set to your cover, you're going to fly to that cover. And that's the basic. If you want to play Gears, that's the main thing you have to know. You have to press a button to get into cover. Now, in order to get good at Gears, you need movement. It's not just aim based. It's not like a lot of games. Aim can only get you so far, but if somebody is running at you and they're just, you know, spamming walls, like, it's going to be hard for you to even, like, hit them. Like, it's going to be intense. So the first thing you want to learn is, of course, how to move your character. Now let's start with the basics. So if you want to hit a wall, you're going to have to aim in that direction and press the cover button. Okay, so for example, if I want to hit this wall, okay, I don't have to look at it. If you're on PC, you're going to have to press W and A and then the cover button. If you're on Xbox, you're going to have to move the stick in this direction and then press the cover button. You know, simple enough. You don't have to look at the wall to be able to grab it. You can grab it from wherever, except backwards, of course. Oh wait, you can. No, you can't. That's weird. That's weird. Okay, so there's that thing. Alright, so in this game, the way to get better is to learn to manipulate your body movement and use it against people. So if you're running around, if someone's around this corner, for example, and you're just trying to shoot him, you know, this guy's gonna murder you, okay? If he knows what he's doing, half of what he's doing, he's gonna shit on you. He's gonna be able to do that, he's gonna be able to pop shot, move over here. You can do shit like that, and you're gonna get shit on. But if you go at it in a more Gears way, you know, try to like fake them out in any kind of way, you can you know, hit a wall, hit that wall, hit that wall, hit that wall, you know, and just try to juke them out. You have a much higher chance of success. So the bread and butter of Gears is learning to cancel these slides. These slides are everything in this game, and the way to cancel it is you have to go completely opposite of where you're flying. So if I'm flying straight over here, I'm gonna have to press backwards. See, so if I press it, I cancel whatever I'm flying towards. Now, it gets a little bit trickier when you're not looking at your wall, because there's two types of wall hitting in this game, and I'll tell you about that right now. So say I'm trying to hit this wall, right? And right after this wall, I want to fly to this wall. I'm gonna have to cancel that. Hold on, these fucking bots. These bots are not even on hard, they're just annoying. Like, they're dead ass, just really annoying. Sorry. So if I'm hitting this wall like this, in order for me to cancel that, I'm gonna have to hit the complete opposite of where I'm flying, which is over there. Get me? So I'm gonna have to do that, you know, and that stops it. And once you learn how to cancel this like this, then you can hit another wall and cancel that one, and that kind of begins to connect, and that's kind of how you start wall bouncing. So if you get me, you're gonna have to fly to a wall, cancel it, fly to the next wall, cancel it, fly to the next wall, cancel it. And once you get the muscle memory for that, it'll kind of become, well, that muscle memory. It won't be too hard to do once you get used to it. And I know this seems a little bit intimidating for those of you who have not played Gears, but trust me, it's really worth it. And once you learn how to fly around the map, it's gonna be a lot easier for you. So okay, let's practice over here. This is a good spot. So once you start speeding it up, you can kind of, you know, and you can kind of mix it up. And say somebody's waiting for you over here, instead of just, you know, slowly walking towards them or running towards them with your gun down, you can kind of mix up what you're doing, and you can kind of just, you know, slide around. You can even hit the same wall twice if you wanted to. It's kind of awkward to do, but you can do it kind of. But yeah, and that's kind of the bread and butter of it. Once you learn how to do that, you can kind of learn how to do almost anything. Now, for Gears, there are some Gears that are faster than others. So if you go back and play Gears 3, for example, it's going to be a lot harder harder to deal with people, because people can wall bounce so fast in the game. If you're playing Gears 5, however, this game isn't as fast, so it's not as viable, you know, as it used to be, but it's still pretty good. Of course, if you're on controller, it's going to be a little bit harder, and you are going to have your sense a little bit higher in order to perform these type of things. So whenever I was on controller, my sensitivity used to be at like 30, 30, 30, and that was so I was able to play like that. And I also played claw. And if you don't know what claw is, then you might want to look that up, because that's probably the best way to play Gears. Even though there is a control scheme now that can simulate claw without you actually having to do it, which is a lifesaver for your index finger, because that'll really hurt. Okay, now we are going to get into the type of wall bouncing. Now, wall bouncing is, like I said before, an essential part of this game. Now, for me, I like to do this kind of wall bounce. It is just a movement wall bounce. Now, there's a word for this, but I'm not exactly sure what they call it nowadays. I know before it was just called strafe wall bouncing. But that's just kind of what I do. Like, I don't look at any direction. I just kind of hit the walls with my directions, and that's about it. Now, if you're too lazy to want to have to aim where you're going and then cancel it, and then aim where you're going and then cancel it, you can use what people do as a camera wall bouncing. This means that you look at whatever you're hitting. So no matter where you're going, no matter which way you're bouncing, it's always forward. Forward, you get me? So like, instead of doing this, you know, where you're not looking at anything else except forward, and you're just kind of hitting the directions that you want to fly in, you're doing this. You know, I'm not too good at it, but I know that's how a lot of people do it. You get me? So that means that you're using your camera to aim your bounce rather than your movement. Dude, these are some aggressive ass boss. Oh my lord. If you're on console, you're most likely gonna do this because it's just easier. You know, you're most likely gonna aim your camera wherever you want to fly. But of course, like I said, you need a high sense for this. So make sure that if you do want to learn to wall bounce a crazy amount, then you know you're not gonna be able to do it with a low sense. And also, a big thing that a lot of people don't realize is that you don't have to do all that YouTube shit to be good. You know, you don't have to do this, you know, to be able to fucking body somebody. That's not how it works. A lot of the times, it's 1 or 2 good place bounces that can get you the win on almost anybody. So even though if you go look at Gears montage, you're gonna see a bunch of you know, like fucking cool shit, and that's badass. You know, you're gonna throw a lot of people off, but you don't need that. A lot of times, like if somebody's rushing you can kind of just boom, 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 or you can just, you know, like just 1 or 2 smart wall bounce will always be better than a useless amount of wall bouncing. Now, I'm also going to teach you how to counteract that. So whenever someone's wall bouncing, so there's certain scenarios you can be in. If someone's wall bouncing towards you, you know, boom, 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 they're trying to fly at you. What you can do is aim at the middle and just wait till they get to the middle. That's it. If he's going boom, wall, no, wall, you can just aim here. And whenever he comes up, boom, hit him. He's going to hit this wall. He's going to try to hit the other one in the middle, boom. And you aim towards the middle and you just hit him whenever he gets there. And that's kind of how you counteract that. Also, the goal of a wall bouncer is for them, they're trying to get into your one-shot range. So they're trying to kill you in one shot. Or if you're hurt, they're trying to get that final shot on you. So if somebody's wall bouncing towards you, then you can either wall bounce away from them and try to keep your distance if you aren't hurt already. But if you are hurt, if they do have some damage on you, then you're going to want to wall bounce towards them and just try to beat them to it. Because you're going to want to get close to them to the point where you can one-shot them. And if you are hurt, that is. If you're not hurt, then just keep your distance and try to play smart. And just try to hit good shots. And that's pretty much how you win that. Now, also, your run is very important. Now, running in this game is one button and you just start hauling it. But you can't do anything when you're running except grab walls. So, running is mainly used to get to where you need to go and to close the distance. If you're trying to shotgun someone, then you're gonna want to run towards them. You get me? So if they're trying to lancer you, right, and you get into this cover and there's someone right there and they're trying to, you know, they're doing this to you. Oh, sorry. They're doing this to you, and you wait till they fucking have to reload, and then you try to rush them. You get me? Boom. You take shots there. You take shots there. So running is just to get somewhere or to close the gap on someone you're trying to shotgun, or melee, any close range attack. So that's pretty much all you use it for. But when you're in combat, that can actually change because people don't always see it coming, and you start running pretty fast. It's not too super fast, right? But it can catch people off guard. Sometimes, say if there's a person right here, right, standing right here, and you're trying to shotgun battle him. Instead of doing this, strafing, which is a good strat. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad strat. Strafing, and it makes it harder for people. And trust me, a lot of people won't hit you, especially on Xbox. You know, you know what I'm saying? You can try to mix it up. You know, you can try to shotgun them. Boom, boom, shotgun them, and then you can run left and just turn and shotgun them. Run right, turn and shotgun them. You know, it's a good tool to kind of throw people off guard, and that's called the roadie strafe, and that is the big way that people strafe in this game. Okay, now I'm gonna cut off to the next gameplay because this round just ended. So give me 2 seconds. All right, guys. So we are back, and this roadie strafe can come in handy, but it does take a little while to get used to, and it's not as viable as it used to be in other games because you don't run as fast. And other games, you kind of used to be able to jerk around, and you know that kind of, you know, it was hard to hit. I'm not gonna lie, but you don't also have to start the run to be able to throw people off. You know, you don't have to start hauling it, you know, for it to be effective. You can also use it as a way to kind of like just jerk around. If you start running but you actually take your hand off the button, then you start to do this little weird movement, especially if you start like turning it like in a direction. So imagine someone shooting at you and then you just do this. Like, I don't know, it's just weird, and trust me, it will throw people off. People just don't know how to handle this sometimes. But try to do it sideways, because if you do it front or back, you're most likely going to get hit. No, but of course, before you learn how to do that, you have to learn how to strafe, and that is just basic left to right movements. You're going to want to mix it up. You don't want to, you know, stay in one particular spot. So if somebody sees you just going to the left, you're going to get shit on. If somebody sees you just going to the right, you're going to get shit on. If somebody realizes your pattern, say you're going left and then right, left and then right, then people are going to catch on to that and you're going to die. So try to mix it up, you know, long strides, short strides, long strides, short strides. And trust me, you'll win a lot more gunfights that way if you don't have walls around you. So strafing is usually just for that, when you don't have walls around you, because your character is so big in Gears that you're most likely going to get hit either way, or at least get chip damage. Even when you're strafing, people will most likely still hit some part of their shot if they're not complete garbage. So, you know, just keep that in mind. So anyways, guys, this has been my movement tutorial for Gears. I know it wasn't too, you know, in-depth as I'd like, but it was just the basics for those of you who do want to learn how to play this game better. Now, I do want to make a sniping tutorial. I think sniping is probably my best attribute. So if you guys do want to see that, make sure to leave that in the comments below. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. And let me know what you guys think of the Gears of War content. And if you guys like it, then I'll be sure to make more. Anyways, guys, y'all have a good one. Make good choices. And I will see you all in the next one, guys. Take it easy.